14 V-Star Pokemon down, 22 to go. After somehow winning with Dragonite on my first attempt, we've made it to Lost Origin. Aerodactyl is the first one up today, and it has me worried. Ancient Star is just not a good V-Star power in 2025. It does 0 damage and only shuts up Pokemon V abilities, not EX. To make matters worse, if Aerodactyl gets knocked out, they recover those abilities. If I get super lucky and Q into Lugia, we should stand a chancey, but there's always the risk that my opponent can read. And if they can, they'll concede as soon as they see what Aerodactyl can do, meaning it won't count as a win because I didn't take a KO or use the V-Star power. I could have put Salvatore in the deck to use Aerodactyl turn 1 going second, but let's be honest. This is not going to be an easy task regardless of what list I'm playing. Aerodactyl's attack requires 3 energy, only does 240 damage, so I have to KO basics, and it sends 3 cards from my deck to the Lost Zone. To give myself a fighting chance, I built a version using Relicanth and Aerodactyl V's attack that's a guaranteed energy discard. And it's not like things get easier after Aerodactyl. Drapion V was a great counter to Mew VMAX, but now it's kinda useless. And you probably forgot that it has a V-Star. Someone at the Pokemon Company is clearly a fan of the Big Bang Theory. Drapion VStar's attack does 250 damage for 3 energy. Except if it's damage, then that damage goes down. Thankfully, the V-Star power is amazing, paralyzing, and poisoning, and it has access to Dark Patch. Still, a well-placed Dusknoir by my opponent will leave me scrambling like an egg. After those two, though, it's 3 heavy hitters in Giratina, Goodra, and Zoroark. I'd say they'll all be quick wins, but I thought the same about Dialga, and that's taken the most attempts so far at 5. I don't think there's any chance we actually win this game, but there's not a chance that we don't win this game. That made sense. That's a sentence. Okay, so I have to retreat. I think I have to knock out the Pecharunt, because they clearly don't have the energy they need, and I need to save the bosses. I don't want to do anything too risky. We have Rock Crush. They do have Fezandipiti, which is bad. Oh, should I knock out the Fezandipiti? But then they're just going to... Yeah, I think I do. I think I have to. I don't want to. But we have to go Lost Dive, send cards to the Lost Zone. Doesn't really matter. They only need 2 prizes anyways. Yeah, I mean, we lost the fighting energy, which kind of sucks, and I have no switch cards in the deck. But if I have to add switch cards, then I have to remove great cards like Handy Fan and Energy Sticker and Crushing Hammer. Like, could you imagine how bad this deck would be if I took out those absolutely amazing consistency cards like Crushing Hammer and Energy Sticker and Gutsy Pickaxe and stuff? That would just be, that'd be crazy. You know, you're crazy people for even suggesting that. And I still can play my opponent's double turbo energy. This has been a glitch for years. The deck select bug has been there for years. But don't worry, everybody. They're focusing on the important things. They're removing support for Android devices with 2 GB of RAM or less next week. Don't worry. That #1 feature you've been asking for 3 years, they're finally doing it next week, next Tuesday. I'm sure it'll be 8 hours of maintenance just to do that. But, you know, we'll find out the patch notes on Thursday or Friday. Unless they keep them secret again, which they did with the shop limits. Remember, they didn't release the patch notes for the shop limits until the exact moment, or like until we were like 2 hours into the maintenance and we couldn't do anything about it. So that was like the ultimate like shady move, was they always released the patch notes early, but then out of nowhere they're like, oh no, we're not going to release the patch notes this time. That's crazy. We never do that. We never release patch notes early. What are you talking about? Okay, I mean, I think what we do is I have to research here. I think we have to research, because I mean, we're still in the game. We're just not in the game. You know, I don't want to lose my Crushing Hammer, but we're in a very difficult position. I might... Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, hang on. Things are happening. I'm getting a handy... Oh, I'm getting a raging clue right now. Okay, how many double turbos we got left? There is a double turbo somewhere. And we'll be okay. It seems like such a specific finger to those specific users. Such an odd thing. Well, they said it's to streamline their development process and stuff. Come on. Ooh, we're flipping heads on Energy Sticker, baby. Okay, I'm not going to bother with Fezandipiti. I can retreat, but I don't think retreating matters right now, right? So what makes more sense? I think Handy Fan, or does Deluxe Bomb make? Because I mean, I can't take 3 prizes, right? So it's like that does nothing. Right, like getting rid of the Pecharunt reduces the damage I'm going to take from poison. The only way that they can win is if they're able to find an attack with Club. Like if they find an attack with Club, I can't win. I have to basically knock out a 2-prizer. The Pokemon League HQ has to stay in play. I mean, this was a pretty bad game up until the point where I realized that I'm actually goated at this game, and I built this deck. I was just like, oh yeah, let's just slap some cards in there. Switch cards, who needs them? I even forgot the A spec. And I just wanted to be funny and put in Deluxe Bomb, even though that has no real synergy with Aerodactyl. And Bandit, you're an iPad kid. And Austin, hey, I would play PTCGO if they still had it, but they said PTCGO is a terrible client. We need to get the good one. We know we need to switch to a good client here. So wait, am I gonna win this game? There's no way. There's absolutely no way I win this game. Okay, I have to retreat off the double turbo, and then I go up with this one. We copy Aerodactyl V. My idea, I mean, I guess I put the Deluxe Bomb on you. Sure. My idea to use the Relicanth with Aerodactyl V has paid dividends, because if I had to get rid of 3 cards from the top of my deck here, we would lose just via deck out. You know, if I had to whip my deck out, we would be absolutely screwed. I mean, you'd all get a good laugh, but if I had to whip it out, I would be very sad. And the Pokemon League HQ absolutely stymied them. When we first started this matchup, I was like, oh yeah, we can't win. There's absolutely no shot. But if they keep that Latios in the active, then we win. I can get this hand down to 0, but I think we're probably out of bosses. Yeah, we're out of bosses. We're out of pretty much everything. So we're down we're down Crushing Hammers. We have an Energy Sticker and Swag. Yeah, there's usually consequences, but we only have 3 Gutsy Pickaxes because I cut 1 to make room for Deluxe Bomb. That's fine. I guess we prized something. Okay, so they got the stupid Ursaluna. Oh, is the Ursaluna just going to win them the game? I mean, they still need an energy to attack with the Ursaluna. But because... well, the League HQ is good, but unfortunately, they just need a double turbo and they're fine. So they just need an energy. That's probably what they're waiting for. I mean, the Relicanth is terrible. Let's put the Mew down. The Grant does nothing. The Mew... I mean, I do have a double turbo somewhere. No, yeah, I do. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to lose if they just find an energy. So it's going to be Rock Crush. And just go for it. If they get an... It's been like this for the last 3 turns. If they find an energy, they win. So my decision to go after the Fezandipiti put me in a position to win. Like, we are literally ahead on prizes. But if they find an energy or if they find a stadium. That's the other way that they can win. If they find another area 0 and they got a research. Oh, come on. And they got the double turbo. That was pretty close. Yeah, they did need an energy because of the Pokemon League HQ. Okay, this is just you're just rubbing it in. So they did need the energy because we were so close. If I just hadn't, if I'd put in Prime Catcher, if I'd put Prime Catcher in the deck like everyone suggested, but no, I had to go do the funny thing. So if I had Prime Catcher, I could have captured up the Blood Moon Ursaluna and we would have won. So, I blame all of you for not talking me out of being crazy. I was going to say, when I saw everything, like, oh, this is a lightning deck, we have no way to lose. But then, of course, it's a freaking flying deck that resists fighting. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, PTCGL. Okay, so Grant is the card that we can play. If I have Relicanth, I think we just put Relicanth down. Because we have... Oh, no, we don't have good cards. Hang on. I mean, I cannot evolve And I can go for Fezandipiti, but it's like there's no good option here. I think we go for Fezand... Oh, God. Yeah, I think we go for Fezandipiti. Because I can take the knockout with the dude. We go retreat, because I don't want to lose my Crushing Hammer and all my energy stickers. But I also don't want to send 3 cards to the Lost Zone. No, we have a turn. We have the turn. Never mind. I changed my mind. We're gonna get rid of that energy on the watch roll. Suck a butt. I don't think I have an option. I think we have to go Ancient Star here. So they don't have their V powers, but that's okay because no one's playing V Pokemon anymore unless you're Lugia or Regidrago. So if they get rid of my energy stickers, that's fine. I wish I'd known that I was going to be completely weird and I was going to change my mind halfway through, because then I would have gone for the Mew instead of the Fezandipiti, because they're going to get rid of my energy stickers. They're definitely reading Ancient Star. And there we go. There's the Kilowattrel, the card that I think I played on stream for like 2 games. Then I realized, oh no, this card is terrible and no one should ever play it. So it's 40 more damage for each lightning energy attached to it. You need like 8 energy on it. I think you need 9 energy on it. Right? I think you need 9 energy to knock out a Charizard, or 8 energy and a Vitality Band. So like it's terrible. Or is it 8 plus a Vitality Band? I don't know. I can't do math. You know I can't do math. Okay, energy. Oh, they went for energy short. Oh, they took the bait. I masterfully baited them, but I can't knock out the Kilowattrel. Ooh, okay. I guess I bosses the Miraidon. Azrael, thank you for the raid. Okay, so I think we go for the Miraidon. We take the KO. They're going to regret... Oh, please, please don't hit anything. Please, please. Nothing good. Nothing good. Nothing good. Oh, that was... I could have lived with the Aerodactyl. I can't really live with losing the... We lose 2 fighting energies, then we get 2 Gutsy Pickaxes off the top there. Okay. We're gonna have to hit, you know, some of these cards. Please don't use Crushing Pulse. And All Might is here. Okay, I mean, this is okay, because they don't have a good Pokemon. You know, this is my one advantage, is that their deck plays Kilowattrel EX. And, uh-oh, there goes all my items. Alright, but I can take a KO. We can play with... Oh, we don't have to... We can play with our balls, and it'll be great. Oh, you don't know what you've done. You've activated my trap card. All right, so then we go Rock Crush. They're going to have to attack with Kilowattrel here. Obviously, if they find... And Kadu, thank you for the sub. We are at 70. Remember, once we get to 100, I will buy the PTCGL hoodie. You know, I will take advantage of the microtransactions for this game. And Azrael, do you mean PTCGL? Yeah, the best V-Star, the most... Whoa! Wait, why is it look like that? That's interesting. I thought it would... Okay, that's cool. Hi, future me watching the VOD or YouTube. Oh, I think I forgot to reply to someone on YouTube. If the person I forgot to reply to on YouTube is watching this on YouTube, if it makes it to YouTube, yes, the VODs on Twitch stay up for about 2 weeks, and then they get automatically deleted. And you said Deluxe Bomb was a terrible idea. I mean, it is. But you said Deluxe Bomb was a terrible idea. Look at how useful it's going to be right here. Ooh, okay, hang on. I kind of want to give myself a handy, but we might have to wait on that. Suck a butt. Suck the biggest butt you can find. All right, I guess I put the double turbo there. And then we go Handy Fan. I guess we save the rescue board just as a safety precaution, and then we go... actually, no, we get rid of Handheld Fan and Rescue Board. We go get the Aerodactyl VStar to make sure we don't accidentally hit it. Because it is possible, because I have no recovery cards in the deck, because again, you can't play recovery cards because they take out... You'd have to get rid of good cards, like Crushing Hammer and Energy Sticker and Gutsy Pickaxe. So if we hit that Crushing Hammer, I 100% would have used... Rock Crush? I remembered what that was called. What'd we hit? We hit a Crushing Hammer, a Nest Ball, and an Iono. That's okay. Obviously, I would have... Actually, no, those are all fine. You know, the Crushing Hammer would have been good to keep because it may help me out later on, but they have to find quite a bit. You know, this definitely counts as a win because I've taken knockouts. You know, you get so excited. You're like, oh my god, they're playing a lightning deck, and then boom, it's a lightning. It's like the one Pokemon line that resists fighting. Does Zapdos resist fighting? Probably. But it's like one of the very few. And if you were one of the 200 people who watched my TCG Pocket gameplay videos, thank you, you're cool. And also, I went on a rant about how useless metal Pokemon are in terms of weaknesses. And then somebody commented, like, bro, forgot about, like, 5 Pokemon that are weak to metal, and, like, that's it. But I think metal is the worst. I did this several years ago, where I looked up, like, which Pokemon, which type has the least amount of weakness that are weak to it. Math. We win, by the way, because I'm goated like that. But I think I looked it up, and metal is the worst. And then you look at fire. Fire hits metal and grass for weakness. You know, lightning types hit water and flying Pokemon for weakness. And then metal used to hit fairy for weakness, but then because they removed dragon Pokemon with Sword and Shield, or Scarlet and Violet, or whatever, with Sword and Shield, because they removed dragons, they also got rid of fairies because fairies hit dragons. It was a whole thing. And then because they got rid of fairies are weak to metal. And then it's just like, what's the point? So metal Pokemon are the worst when it comes to weaknesses. And that's your Trust Your Pilot useless fact of the day, is that metal Pokemon hit for the least amount of weaknesses. And you like fighting. You look at fighting. Fighting hits colorless and darkness for weakness a lot of the times. I mean, there's some dark Pokemon that are weak to grass and all that, but metal, like, which Pokemon are weak to metal? Ice and fairy. So it's like, what, 10% of water Pokemon and 10% of psychic Pokemon? Metal sucks. I am cool. And cool, you are cool. Well, this is an interesting little conundrum we find ourselves in. I think my only real play is just attaching the booster and then going Toxic Powder. Attaching the Drapion, because the YouTube audience at home doesn't know this yet, but guess what I prized? Guess which Pokemon I prized? I think we just go end turn. You know, guess how many Drapion V I play, and guess how many of them I prized. You know, you see, I can do this math. I prized 2. I prized 2 Drapion V. I had a whole strategy going into my turn 1, like, oh yeah, we got a Drapion VStar. I can really set myself up. We can get 2 Drapion V, boom, prize 2 of them. That goes out the window. I Squawkabilly the hand. I got rid of, well, I gotta hide this guy now. I got rid of Research and Janine. That wasn't me, that was PTCGL. And of course, they Iono'd me out of a hand that had a Drapion VStar. And the cool thing about Drapion VStar is that it knocks out a Budew with its VStar power. So it paralyzes and poisons. I mean, you obviously want the paralysis more than anything. Okay, this is fine. I think I'm screwed though. Right? Because I would have needed the Binding Mochi. Okay, so what's the game plan? There's no reason to poison the Drapion because I put the counter gain on it. I can use Night Stretcher to get Drapion VStar. Wait, that is a knockout. Okay, so I do have the knockout if I want it. The question is, do I want the knockout? I think I take it. Right, because we're not weak to grass. We are a darkness Pokemon, but we're not weak to grass. I don't really want to not lock... I don't want to lock myself out of the Brute Bonnet the rest of the game. But there is another one somewhere. I'm sure we didn't prize it, right? Right? Okay, so... I mean, the Toedscruel really is the crux of their deck. So I'd rather just knock that out. So I have to use Hazard Star. We stamp them. Hopefully they don't concede. You know, maybe they haven't read my V-Star power and they don't... Oh, crap, I gotta play Perilous Jungle, too. Oh, we have Janine, too. Oh, my God. Wouldn't this game be so much better if I had another Drapion V? Wouldn't this be so much better if there was just, oh, you know, a Drapion V somewhere? Wouldn't that be great if there was just, you know, the card we need? All right, so we go... Uh-oh. I mean, do I want a Janine? I think I have to. I think I have to get the value out of Janine while I can. Okay, so we go there and there. I'm assuming they can't take a knockout. Of course, they might be able to take a knockout, and I'll be screwed, and I should use Fezandipiti first. But, of course, we were never going to get anything anyways. All right, so let's go Hazard Star. They're taking more. Again, it would have been great if I could have Brute Bonneted. But, you know, we're in an okay position. They don't get to activate Fezandipiti, assuming they play it. Perilous Jungle is great. I need to find a Brute Bonnet. I'm sure we'll find double Drapion V. We found one, okay. And then we prized the other Ancient Booster, of course. You know, my prizes were Drapion, Booster. That's fine. But the mistake that they made by knocking out my Brute Bonnet is that Pecharunt EX will be able to... there we go. I think we had that one in the bag the entire way, simply because they knocked out a single prizer, which meant that Pecharunt EX... Oh my god, this game. It meant that Pecharunt EX would be able to deal 300 damage at the end of the game, knocking out everyone they have on their side of the field. So I got the Drapion. I don't think they had, you know, we stamped them into nothing. They would have had to deal with 2 Drapion. The Pecharunt EX could have just swept the rest of the game. So I count that as a win because I use Stamp perfectly. I use Hazard Star perfectly. I mean, let's get that on the screen, even though I'm going to be going to the next game. But Drapion, we got lucky, but also I'm amazing at this game. Attempt number 5. This is kind of nuts, but this is this is wait, why is For the Win so bad? What are the odds? What are the odds? I mean, I guess when you're playing a terrible deck, you face terrible players, am I right? So if you didn't know, that is For the Win. Just randomly queuing into For the Win. I swear it's not rigged, okay? We are facing off against For the Win, the second most handsome PTCGL streamer. What the? Why? I'm on attempt number 5 because this is just never working. What is going on right now? All right, so because I only have 4, I don't want to use Prime Catcher because I was able to trap the Brute Bonnet because For the Win forgot to put switch cards in the deck. I mean, what a terrible deck builder. You know, you should never watch For the Win and be like, oh, that's a good deck idea, because you know it's the worst deck ever made. Yeah, he's just using the default sleeves. That's how you know it's a terribly made deck. Yeah, I mean, I can't use the Prime. I can't do anything. Because Giratina in 2025 is not a good option. I'm halfway through the deck, haven't seen a single supporter. Like, I'm embarrassing myself in front of For the Win. And I'm going to leak it. I'm going to leak it For the Win. I'm sorry. For the Win has a worse ranking than me in Arceus League, and I'm doing a V-Star challenge. So there you go. I am better than For the Win. I'm more handsome than For the Win. He has a lot more subscribers than I do, and that makes me sad. But, you know, I got the handsomeness factor. Okay, we got this. We got this. Prizes aren't everything when it comes to the Pokemon trading card game. Sometimes handsomeness is everything you need. Okay, well, can I get a supporter, please? I mean, not Roxanne. 0 supporters for the entire game, and then we flower selecting into 2. This is Pete comedy here. All right, so let's go. I mean, I think we just go, yeah, Mirage Gate, Radiant Greninja. That's easy. How many we got in there? We got 8. Okay. Now what do? I mean, we have to put the Greninja down. That's pretty obvious. I can knock out double Pecharunt. Actually, that might be the play here. Yeah, I think we just go double Pecharunt. Please tell me there's... Oh, that's bad. Okay, so we go... That. I'd really like a Super Rod. Damn it. My strategy of reverse psychology didn't work. Okay, so I have to burn a Mirage Gate just to put the water energy on the Greninja. That's okay. And then we go grass energy on that one. Switch cart into the Radiant Greninja. I think I put the Sableye down just in case there's an Iono in my future. All right, so we have no more energy left. I don't want a counter catcher. We just go Moonlight Shuriken. I mean, double Pecharunt? Or do I go Abra and Natu? I guess Abra and Natu. I think that's the smartest one. Because, yeah, I can knock out double Pecharunt. But For the Win realistically only needs one Pecharunt to do anything. Having two Alakazam just makes his life so much easier. But it's kind of funny that I'm doing to him what he's trying to do to me, which is, oh, suck a huge butt. It's going to be a perfect KO on my Greninja because of the poison. But his whole thing is that you have a good Pokemon in the active, and you attack from the bench with Alakazam EX, but he forgot to put switch cards. I forgot to put switch cards in there. Well, 69,000 upside down is 96,000, so he has even more subs. All right, so Radiant Greninja's getting KO'd. We no longer have what we need to win, because I can't knock out that dude, but I do potentially have it. All right, so let's go Comfey. I can knock out a Pecharunt and an Abra and get rid of... Oh, this could be amazing. Okay, For the Win. Remember, you can't concede For the Win. Those are the rules. I do need a Super Rod, though. Oh, we're goated. We are so goated. I can't... Okay, Colress, I believe in you, buddy. I think all my Mirage Gates are on the bottom of my deck, though. But I need a Psychic Energy. There's only one in there. I think we have to use Colress first. And just, like, wait a turn. Okay, so there's Pokegear and Ursaluna. Okay. I mean, I can not really do anything good. There's not much I can do here. I can... Oh, I'm For the Win. I'm not trying to screw you over here. I'm really trying to think. This is not easy. Okay, so if I go into Giratina VStar, if I put him down to 2 cards, I mean, I have to knock out the Alakazam, is basically what it is. So I think we do hit him with the Cramorant. This is just really tough because that looked horrible. That was just randomly nothing. Because we needed Prime Catcher, I needed Mirage Gate. I could have played with my Rod, but I think next turn we have a really good base here. You know, yeah, For the Win has double Alakazam, but Alakazam is very weak. And if I can Roxanne, Lost Vacuum away this, or if I can Prime... I should have used one of those, one of them Super Rods. But if we get Prime Catcher, it's fine. If we get Prime Catcher, it's all okay. So... it's all coming down to Comfey. It's all coming down to you, bud. I think what I do is I don't shuffle the deck. I think that's going to be very important, is I do not shuffle the deck here. Because I know that I should have some supporters on the bottom. There we go. There's Roxanne. So... I had Super Rods, so now we do shuffle the deck. Because I had Super Rods, now we do shuffle the deck. How many switch cards we got? We have a switch card, a Prime Catcher, we have a Counter Catcher, so it makes sense to go get the Ursaluna. I have a Psychic Energy, which is interesting. Alright, well, let's Flower Select and see if we get a Super Rod. Oh, no. Uh-oh. That's less good. Okay, so I guess I Counter Catcher. I guess I Counter Catcher and believe in the heart of the cards. Counter Catcher, heart of the cards. I could Mirage Gate for the Psychic Energy to guarantee the retreat on the Comfey. I think I do. I think we just don't take any chances here. There's so many things that could go wrong. I don't think we allow those to happen. I think I just Roxanne. And then we shuffle them down to 2. We have the Lost Vacuum. This is great. We have everything we need to win. I go Lost Vacuum away the Giratina, get rid of the booster just in case something crazy tries to happen. And then Super Rod, we're going to go get Psychic, and Cramorant. Yeah, I guess Psychic, Cramorant, because, I mean, the Ursaluna can attack, but I mean, just in case he has like a Pokemon League HQ or something, then I think that's the safest bet. So Star Requiem. Oh my god. And if I do win this one, this is going in the YouTube video no matter what. If I win this one, this is not rigged. It counts. You know, this is on the ladder. This is not a friend battle. I've just, you know, if you can't tell, I'm on attempt number 5, so my ranking in Arceus League just fallen so far that I'm facing YouTubers like For the Win all the way at the bottom here. You know, I honestly thought the V-Star challenge would be going worse than it is. I've been over 1,500 for the majority of the challenge. No, you don't got it like that, bro. That's GG. I think I just won. Yeah, you're gonna knock out my Comfey? Better sit down and get Comfey for the win. Get it? Because I'm gonna beat you off. All right, so that's GG. Thank you for the win. See, this is what you do. You don't concede against a YouTuber and you get a fun game. All right, so I can win by just going into the Sableye, and then I think we do the funny thing, right? I think I do the funny thing, just bring it back up. Just bring up the Root Bonnet again. So we'll just bring up the Root Bonnet again, just really just annoy For the Win. And then yeah, let's get rid of that guy. And then 3 damage counters on the Alakazam. So yeah, there we go. I mean, there is a chance that I lose this one, but it's very unlikely. Like, it's almost impossible that I lose this one, because the problem with Alakazam is that it is very, very weak. Right? Like, Mind Jack, you can't really jack anyone off. Okay, so there we go. So let's show For the Win that we had everything. That you never even stood a chancey For the Win. I learned how to do math. You know, while you're over there gaining subscribers and being happy and not, you know, subjecting yourself to this 7 hours a day to give people what they want, I was over here learning how to do math. You know, Balatro kind of plays a part in that. You know, Balatro kind of requires math and counting. So it's like, you know, when I learn how to count, I'm unstoppable. It's just PTCGL makes me not want to do this anymore. But hey, you got what you came here to see. I beat off For the Win. Well, my opponent has, you know, an Evolution deck, but the problem for them is that they're playing a Sylveon deck, and I have a card that kind of, you know, stops them from doing that Sylveon thing. I would vastly prefer it if I got a Colress here. Of course not. All right, so we got to switch. That's okay. And then we just switch into our Comfey. Mirage Gate should be active next turn. All right. Apparently I don't play Colress in this deck. That's okay. And the unfortunate thing with PTCGL is that because Pokemon League HQ is in play, all of my Comfey have the down negative arrow on them, but they would have that regardless of whether or not I use the ability. So you might think, oh, it has the down arrow. That means you've used the ability. No, that's just how PTCGL does it, because it's telling you that it's affected by Pokemon League HQ. So, and because PTCGL has always had the issue where Pokemon on your bench that can use an ability sometimes won't have their ability highlighted, you never really know when a Pokemon can use their ability because the game is so well made, which is definitely a problem. All right, what are they doing over there? They got Colress's Thicacity. Gravity Mountain means nothing. Wait, is that the... You're playing Colress to go get Gravity Mountain? I mean, I guess that makes sense because Sylveon is so weak. It only does 160, but... Okay, thank you. They got Leafeon. Oh, that's fine. It's doing 180 as long as I don't over-attach. As long as I don't get overly attached like my ex-wife. Okay, that's fine. I can start playing the game now, kind of. I can also just completely screw them over if I get all the things that I need. Alrighty. We're going to have Mirage Gate. We're going to have Radiant Greninja. There's Lake Equity. Oh, geez. I mean, I think I'm thinking too much about... Yeah, let's Lost Vacuum the Gravity Mountain. No, let's do that. I think I'm trying to play this too much like Giratina. That's always been my problem with Goodra, is that I always feel like, oh, this is a Giratina deck. I should play it like Giratina. It's like, no, this is not a Giratina deck. This is something completely different, but I don't have my items, so that's, I guess, good for them. And then end turn. They're going to give us a huge update for PTCGL's 3-year anniversary, and the game will be perfect. Well, okay, there's a few reasons why you're wrong, Shiny Ray. Number one, they don't acknowledge the Canadian beta as the 3rd birthday for PTCGL. They only count the actual day that PTCGO shut down and was gone forever, and the new one came out. So they don't actually count it as the actual birthday. They don't recognize it. So that's why they said, oh, crap, I just crapped my pants. There's 14 energy in the deck. I think I'd rather have 2 Goodra than all the energy. And then let's go attach to you and end turn. Yeah, the game was perfect when they released it. So I think it's like a year, or this is 2 years. We're 2 years in June. So it's officially like 2 years in June, but the 3rd anniversary is February 22nd. That's when the beta started in Canada, February 22nd, 2021. That's when some idiot, and I mean a couple other not intelligent people, migrated their PTCGO accounts, because why would they release a new game if it didn't work? So my deck completely destroys Sylveon. If they hadn't removed... Oh, I didn't realize the Goodra was still on screen. Yeah, they didn't realize I got the mist energy. Please don't concede. I have to use my V-Star power. You're not allowed to concede. That's against the rules. Okay, so I'm not going to use anything else. I think we just go Lake Acuity. Let's just Jet Energy. No, I don't want to Jet Energy the Goodra. I think what I do is we Jet Energy the Comfort. I know this is weird, but it's because they have Leafeon. I have to be very careful. And Rolling Iron is going to prevent 80 damage. Survival Brace literally means nothing in this matchup because, again, they're so weak. It's not my fault you're not playing an Enhanced Hammer, Scotty. Okay? I can't be blamed if you're about to put an Enhanced Hammer. You know, Mist Energy... Come on. There we go. Mist Energy, it's not like it's rotating. Mist Energy is a silver border card. It's not a yellow border card. And thank you, Mecha Beast. I was waiting for someone to do that. Like, if you're using a deck that relies on the effect of an attack, it's not my fault if you didn't put an Enhanced Hammer or a Temple of Sinnoh in that deck. Though if they do have a Temple of Sinnoh, we're in a bad spot. Oh, and it also shuts off the 100 less damage. Oh, they are so cooked. Okay, so we have to... They're going to concede, so I have to use Moisture Star right now. And I don't think I do anything else. I think we just go Rolling Iron, take the KO. This is going to be a quick win. You know, after 5 games with Giratina, we just get a really easy one with Goodra. You know, that's the way I like it. Is when you just get a really easy game with somebody who's just dripping goo all over the place, and they just make you moist, and they're rolling all over you. Okay, I think I played this perfectly, though obviously I wouldn't have used Moisture Star in that situation, because I used Moisture Star prematurely, because I don't want them to concede. I want this to count for the V-Star challenge, so I had to use the V-Star power. It does reactivate Survival Brace, so that is kind of a fun combo, is if they don't knock out the Goodra, you can Moisture Star, and then Survival Brace gets reactivated because it has full HP again. Yeah, Giratina's 5 times worse than Goodra. But even if they get... Wait, what? Isn't that the energy requirement? Lightning, Psychic, Water? Yeah, They're putting the Sylveon energy on it. No, that's the wrong energy. You need Sparkling Crystal. So I thought this was just a regular... Okay. I mean, you still need some things. Oh, they're so salty right now. I can taste their saltiness. Oh, I can taste your tears, Scotty. Oh, yeah, Scotty. Oh, Scotty, I can taste your tears. Oh, why do they taste like that, Scotty? All right, I don't think there's any way they can win. They would have to prime catcher and then counter catcher or boss it. Yeah, they have to bosses and then counter. Are they going for the other one? No, they're going for the same one. Okay, counter catcher? Because they still can't. Oh, okay. I thought what they were going to do was do the funny thing, because that's how you can get around stuff like this, is you bosses and then you counter catcher, or you prime catcher, then you bosses, and that negates the effect of rolling iron with the 80 less damage. But even if they did that, the survival brace would prevent them from doing the 280 with Flareon, so it would survive and I get to attack again. And I've completely been forgetting to put another Goodra down because I've been kind of wanting to win with Radiant Greninja. But wouldn't it be hilarious if we just got a Goodra sweep against the Flareon deck? Further proving that I was right about, you know, the Evolution deck is just not good. You know, like, yes, I've said this. Decks will just randomly win tournaments. You know, YouTubers desperate for content will say, oh my god, this deck won a tournament, and that's not me throwing shade at For The Win. I mean, normally I throw shade at For The Win. It's because my massive Sphene is swinging over him when we're in the park. But I do it too. Okay, so they did 2 hundo. I guess we just put the Goodra down. We put the Radiant Greninja down. Like, yes, Evolution decks, they have power. They do 280. There's good matchups for them. It's just, in the long term, it's just not worth playing. Okay, so we have Defiance Vest on you. I only have 2 energy in there. That's not very good. All right, let's play with our balls a little bit. They are not quite moist enough. Ooh, I barely have any energy left. Uh-oh. Well, let's put 2 on the goo. 2 on the goo before I spank their Budew. Okay, and then I'm going to put that there. And then I think I will Concealed Cards the water. And then I'll just Super Rod. I'll use the Super Rod next turn. And then, yeah, we get rid of the Nest Ball. We don't need that. I don't need the Comfey. I think we're fine, right? Because we have the Mist Energy on the active. They can't do any Sylveon shenanigans. They can't use Carnelian again. Oh, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So they can't even attack this turn. They have to retreat into somebody. Fan Rotom does 0 damage. They would need to get another Evolution built up or obviously use a switch card. Again, this is one of the reasons why is that, yes, 280 is pretty good. And, you know, you have Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. They can hit for weaknesses. But it's the fact that you just can't attack the following turn that really hurts it. But yeah, Burning Charge. Good attack, but when I played Flareon, I unfortunately was just like, you know, yes, 130, spreading 2 energy is good. But I always found myself being like, I need to use Carnelian or else I just lose the game. So, yes, there are situations where it's good. But it just got 6-0'd by a Goodra deck piloted by a guy who doesn't even know what he's doing. Right? Like it's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, you just got spanked by a Goodra. Imagine getting spanked by a Goodra. Wouldn't that feel great? I mean, I don't have any fan fiction coming out about a pilot crash landing on an island full of Pokemon and Hisui and Goodra is there. I'm just like, ooh, why am I all sticky? Why am I all sticky after landing in this island? Oh, there's a Goodra. And then I accidentally drop my my pilot's hat. Then I have to bend over and get it. And then it's like, oh, this is really stuck behind this branch here. Oh, it would be a shame if some Goodra came over here and cheered itself up and smacked me with its gooey arm.